Hi, welcome to Electric Dreams. We're coming to you today from the warehouse because the track is busy. Lots of people out front, but we have some news for our viewers. A new partnership that we are setting up. As many of you know, probably Marco was in Germany earlier in the year, and he managed to meet with a gentleman by the name of Michael Niemas. He is probably the foremost builder of scale model slot cars in the world right now. Has an unbelievable talent for it, and he has started to branch out as Niemas Race Cars to start providing all kinds of equipment for other model racers. You know that in Germany there's a lot of this kind of racing where the models are very, very scale, beautifully prepared, and maybe not that fast, but the guys race them really hard. Michael Niemas has brought out a range of chassis, which he calls the BR chassis, and this is what we are at Electric Dreams starting to present as a new product. The BR chassis comes completely built or assembled, but just as a chassis. No motor, no wheels and tires, axles, gears, bearings, all of those things have to be added to this. The chassis are adjustable for wheelbase, and there are 3 different ones available for 3 different ranges of wheelbases. This one is the middle one for 101 to 109. There is a slightly shorter one that takes up in the 90mm range, and a longer one that goes into the 113mm range. The idea of these cars is basically to provide a really good handling, solid, well-made chassis that can be placed or can be mounted under any kind of hard body. And what we've done here is to mount one underneath a mellow yellow, just like the full-size one that stands at the door of Electric Dreams. And we have put the chassis in underneath. We have used here H&R wheels and tires, a Fox motor, and other parts in it. This one we used 1/8 axles all the way through. There's a small modification that would be needed for that. But this is how the chassis fits under the car. That's what the car looks like. Very easy to take the body off. There are 4 little screws here that just basically need to be loosened up. And then the body pops off and leaves the body mounts inside the car. This is something that people would need to learn how to do to mount bodies using this particular German or European style, but it involves a piece of high density foam that's glued to the side of the car, and then the body mounts are glued onto that. So looking at the top of the chassis, you can see it looks much the same as most chassis do. An FK Sidewinder motor driving Sidewinder gears and tires at the back. Everything is running on ball bearings, solid axle across the front, and then the beautiful anodized steel base pan, topped off by a whole lot of wonderfully machined carbon fiber parts. There is a center section, this piece that floats, so that this is the piece that the body attaches to, so that the body has a bit of float, and then the whole front section, the wheels and the guide, are on a center piece that has suspension. You can see the very small springs underneath these top hats, one on each side, that allows a certain amount of movement this way. And you can see that we've already been tuning this with a little bit of spacer here underneath the body mounts to control the way that the nose moves. There's quite a lot of movement on the chassis for suspension at the front, and so we've started to limit that a little bit. The performance of the car this is a very specific type of racing. It's not that, the cars are not that fast, but they're very, very smooth, extremely good handling, and given a field of these would make for great fun. The Niemas BR chassis range is now new and exclusive to Electric Dreams. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That will help us bring you more good videos.